Hello. Hello. A very good morning to all the viewers who have joined us from all around the world. I am Dr. Neha from Team RadarOpus India from B Jain group of companies, and today I'll be giving you webinar on reference section of RadarOpus. So yeah, we have viewers from Netherlands as well. So very welcome, doctors. So before we go into the topic, I would like to give a brief introduction about myself. I'm Dr. Neha from B Jain Group of Companies from Team RadarOpus. I have done MD in Homeopathic Materia Medica, and I have done MA in Psychology as well. Apart from being associated with RadarOpus, I am a practitioner at my own private clinic as well. And I'm really thankful to B Jain Group of Companies for giving me this opportunity that today I'm here with you all, sharing this, giving my opinions and views in front of you all. So let's start with the topic. So I'll be sharing my screen with you all, and you would be able to see uh, it on my screen. So yeah. So our topic for today was exploring sea of homeopathic knowledge through RadarOpus. I use the term sea of homeopathic knowledge because homeopathy is very vast. Homeopathic literature is very vast. There are so many stalwarts. There have been so many homeopathic practitioners who have come up with different, uh, you know, philosophical background, who are coming from different philosophical background, different way of practicing, and they have developed their own materia medicas and repertories, so which makes it very diverse, and we can use it according to our own preference and our own way of practice. So now moving on. Yeah. So sea of homeopathic knowledge, RadarOpus. So why I'm calling RadarOpus sea of homeopathic knowledge? Because RadarOpus provides you with the largest homeopathic library in the world. Sea of homeopathic knowledge, it gives you repertories to materia medicas, provings to generals, journals, therapeutics to clinical cases. It have it all, and that too just a click away. You don't have to search through so many documents. You don't have to be confused that way where you are, where you are going to find what. It is just a click away. So if I talk about all these knowledge of everything that I have just stated, where you will get that in RadarOpus software. So in RadarOpus, most of the homeopathic literature is given under the reference section. So in reference section, you will get various materia medicas, various books on therapeutics, clinical cases, provings, and many more is given into reference section. If we talk about repertories given into a separate heading under the heading of repertories. So with more than 1500 plus homeopathic literature, RadarOpus is a delight for homeopaths and students of homeopathy all around the world. Now moving on, what can be found in reference section? So when we talk about the reference section in homeopathy, what can we see or find in that? So the materia medicas that we read today, that we commonly read today, are very much refined. They are not crude materia medicas. So the source books, they were very crude kind of materia medicas. They used to have the original drug proving symptoms in it. So source book of homeopathy or books which have original provings of symptoms, from which a gigantic volume of various homeopathic materia medica are made, can easily be found under reference section. So in reference section of RadarOpus, you will get various source book varying from the progenitor of all materia medica pura to herring guiding symptoms, Allen's encyclopedia, cyclopedia of drug pathogency. So all these various kind of source books you'll get in uh, reference section. After that, you'll have various psychoanalytic materia medicas. One of my favorite materia medicas to read. So psychoanalytic materia medicas, they emphasize on the mental picture of a patient or of a drug. They just don't throw light on the mental picture of a drug. They tell you how the psychological development have taken place. So if I talk about you know say Mac group of remedies, say Mac Cab. So what was the Mac Cab person when he was a child, and what were the circumstances or situations that have made him repressed, whatever his feelings are, and how his manifestations are in the childhood, and how he manifests that repression in his teenage life or adult life. So it shows you the whole range of emotions or repressions, or mental picture of a drug. So psychoanalytic materia medicas are very good materia medicas to read. It gives you complete, it takes you to the core or deep of the any particular drug. So one of the materia medica which is based on psychoanalytic theme is Homeopathic Psychology by Dr. Philip Bailey, one of my favorite books to read all the time. Then we have various clinical materia medicas. So you all might have been aware of clinical materia medicas. So we are in a world in which there is evidence based practice. People are more focusing on clinical presentations, diagnosing a patient, and what are the you can say in homeopathic term nosological diagnosis of a case. So we have to be in hand to hand with our modern day science. So in that condition, clinical condition and its manifestations cannot be ignored. So, clinical materia medicas give us a vision for that. It is based on clinical condition and its manifestation. So, the examples are Clark Dictionary of Homeopathic Materia Medica, Boric Materia Medica, Homeopathic Remedy Guide by Dr. Murphy, by Dr. Robin Murphy. Then we have there are many more clinical materia medicas, Fatak's materia medica. So there are many clinical materia medica, and they're very handy and easy to use in your daily practice. So after that, we have a new concept of materia medica with us, that is group study materia medica. So based on common characteristic of different groups and subgroups such as animal, plant, mineral group study materia medica have revolutionized the study of homeopathy. So when we talk about homeopathic study, it is a bit difficult because whenever we read a drug, it vanishes from our head. So group study materia medica makes it a bit easy. So it gives themes, or you can say to a particular group or subgroup, and that particular group have that one theme, and a group of medicines are placed into it. So majorly divided under animal group of remedies, plant, elements. So they all have very different characteristics. Like one of the example is if I talk about plant group of remedies, they are extremely sensitive in nature. So in group study materia medica, it would ease the process of reading or imbibing materia medica in you. So example are very commonly used and read all around the world is Homeopathy and Mineral Homeopathy and Elements by Dr. Jan Scholten, Healing Natures of Plants, The Snake Poison, Web Spinners. These are the books by Dr. Farooq Master. Then moving on, we have in RadarOpus, you'll get various pharmacodynamic materia medica. So these pharmacodynamic materia medicas, as their name explains, they are based on the pharmacological action of a drug. So what is pharmacological action consists of? It consists of all the toxicological effect of a particular substance, or pharmacological, like what does that medicine does into a body. So pharmacological action of a drug. Examples are Pharmacodynamics by Richard Hughes, Cyclopedia of Drug Pathogenesis by Richard Hughes. Then we have various physiological materia medicas, another very favorite books of mine to read. It is based upon physiological action of any alkaloid, poison, or active substance of a drug. So it gives homeopathic materia medica more scientific approach. So examples are Blackwood Materia Medica, Burt Materia Medica, very amazing and excellent books to read. So all the books that I'm telling you over here are all present on RadarOpus software, just a click away. Then All of these are very common. We have various keynotes materia medica. Keynotes materia medicas have various PQRS symptoms of a drug, which makes drug very easy to read and remember. It doesn't gives you pages and pages on a drug. It would just give you few peculiar characteristic symptoms of a drug, and you can memorize it. Example very commonly used, every student have this book, Allen's keynotes. Radar keynotes are there, Lippe keynotes. So many more keynotes materia medicas are there. Then we have various comparative materia medicas. So if I talk about homeopathic remedies, you know, many remedies are very close to each other. So they have so much of similarities between each other that we cannot make out the differences between two drugs. So in that case, comparative materia medicas comes very handy. So comparative materia medica compares symptom of similar medicines and gives fine distinctive features of the drugs. Example, Farrington comparative materia medica. So very commonly used it is. Then we have various therapeutics materia medica. Therapeutics, like we talk about therapeutics, like regional repertories. When we talk in the repertory section, we talk about regional repertories. So regional repertories are based upon a part of the body or a particular pathology, and there are drugs related to that part, that particular part and symptomology of that only. So if I talk of that, in materia medica section we have therapeutics. So they are based on a specific pathology or a disease condition, and therapeutics gives precise indication of a drug in a condition. So like if we have a condition, say cellulitis, so it would have 10-20 drugs under which can be given in cellulitis. The anthracinum can be given, pyrogenum can be given, tarantula can be given, silicea, macap. So there are n number of drugs, but each drug have its own indication. So in that case, therapeutic materia medica is very amazing. Then we have various drug pictures materia medica, such as Kent's materia medica, Tyler materia medica, Chauhan expressive drug pictures of materia medica. Then one of the very recent materia medicas that I want to talk about, one of my very favorites, materia medica, and so I call it materia medica, which have it all. So as I told you, there are so many divisions of various materia medicas. So it have it all, which is a modern day materia medica, that is vermilion concordant reference or vermilion's prisma, one of my go-to materia medicas. So concordant reference, it is a very wealthy book, I would say. Why wealthy? Because it have wealth of knowledge in it. So it have taken text, it have referred, so there are so many sources for this particular materia medica. It have been it have been taken references from T.F. Allen, the primer of materia medica, boric materia medica, bogus synoptic key, Clark dictionary, copperweight, herring, Kent, Lippe, Pulford. So all these different books have been read to make one materia medica, that is concordant reference. So uh, Dr. Franz Vermeulen is very much, influenced by bogus approach. So, the sections that are included in it are general, mind, dream, body areas, modalities, relations, and causations. So, so if I talk about talk more about concordant reference, it have around 1209 remedies, and it is divided into different I would say kingdoms or classifications. So it is you can see plant, animal, mineral, fungi, protista, imponderables, nosodes, sarcodes, and many more divisions are there. So it have group study as well. It have psychoanalysis as well at places. It gives you whole evolution of a drug picture, mental picture, clinical conditions, even pharmacodynamics of a drug. It have it all. So now moving on. So I was talking about the reference section. So heading that is given in Radar Opus about references are: first is Materia Medicas, then you'll have various keynotes Materia Medicas, followed by comparative Materia Medicas, therapeutics, provings, general, journals, other therapy, philosophy, proceeding conferences, history, biography, clinical cases. At the end, we have various dictionaries and very beautiful dictionaries. I'll show you one by one. So now let's come to my RadarOpus. Yeah. So whenever you'll open RadarOpus software, so you all might be aware of this. So this is the main screen of Radar. So the screen is divided into two parts. One is the table of content and other is the main screen. Table of content would provide you with an index. It consists of list of all the materia medicas and repertories. Whatever book you'll select from this list opens on right hand side of the screen. Fine. So to operate or work on RadarOpus, few icons would be needed. All the icons are given over here. So first icon is of repertories. We are not talking about repertories right now. I'll straight away move to reference section. So I have clicked on references. All the reference material have opened in front of me. So the first heading you can see is Materia Medica, which consists a wide range of Materia Medica. As I told you, there are so many Materia Medicas that you get in this section. So yeah, whatever book you want to read, either you can scroll down to your desired book or you can type it in the search bar. Say I want to read Boric, one of the clinical Materia Medicas. If I click on Boric Materia Medica, it would open on right hand side of the screen. So the layout of the book would remain same as that you get in any Materia Medica. So it have the same content, same preface, same notes, publisher notes, everything would remain the same. Now, if you want to read any particular remedy, there are two ways of doing that. First is actually there are three ways of doing that. First is either you can scroll down in this section. This is a bit tedious task to do. So the easier way is you can go to this navigation window icon, which is very similar to that you get in repertory section. If you click on navigation window, content of this particular Materia Medica would open. So whatever you want to read, you can click on that. I'm clicking on remedies. So alphabetical list of remedies would open. Whatever drug you want to read, either you can scroll down to your desired drug and open it. Else you can type out the name of the drug either using these keys or you can type using your keyboard. So suppose I want to open say lachesis. So I'm typing this from here. Right? So the easier way, much more easier way is using your keyboard. Sorry, lac can open by default. So I'm going to remedies. So I was typing lachesis. So instead of typing with these keys, now I'm showing you how to type with keyboard. You don't have to click anywhere, just straight away start typing. Now if you double click on this drug, it would open on the main screen. So you can see the image of the source or the snake as well. If you want to hide that, you can click on show hide remedy image and it would hide. So this is lachesis from Boric Materia Medica. You can read that. The content, everything, as I already told you, would remain exactly the same. It have cross references given as well at places. Yeah. So now moving on, if I go back to my table of content, so these all are different drugs. So you can see all different types of drug, even drugs related to pediatric age group, bold and children type. There are many books which are there particularly related to children. So this is bold and children type. It have very beautifully explained what like drugs are given and how a child behaves in that particular what is the behavior or attitude or a presentation or complaints of a child related to any particular drug. So because in majority of materia medicas that we have symptomatology of an adult. One or two or three symptoms are majorly mentioned about children of that particular drug. So it is very much required to read about read such books as well, which have you know symptomatology related to a particular age or section. So you can read that. Then As I was showing you, this was one of my favorite materia medicas, but materia medica. If I open any particular drug in front of you, say I'm opening, say chelidonium. So it gives you, it very beautifully gives you, what are the sphere of action of this drug. So it have given pnemogastric nerve and what it does uh, when it acts on nerve, its action on liver, kidneys, digestive organs. So it gives you sphere of action of each drug, and after that it gives you generalities and modalities. So very beautiful materia medica to read. So I'm not showing you all of them. Then one I was telling you about Vermeulen's range of materia medicas. So Franz Vermeulen have given various materia medica concordant reference. I've already told it to you. Fungi, Monera, Prisma, source and substance. And source and substance, he have mentioned just about the sources of different drugs, and you know yeah. So this is one of the drug which I have opened. So you have given scientific names and on them the basic introduction or about a drug that is not materia medica wise related, but you should as a physician, as a physician you should know about what are the constituents of a medicine, how it acts on our body, like what kind of people use that particular component or compound in their jobs. So they might come up with you long time effect of using that particular substance in their practice. Suppose if a glass maker is coming to you, or if someone who works in a coal factory or coal mining, they may come up with a minor slung or conditions like this. So you should be well versed with these things as well as a practitioner. So this is, I'll just show you concordant materia medica once. Any medicine I would open, say I'm opening Ethusa. So first it have given characteristic of that particular drug. Characteristic completes it all. Like what are the characteristic PQRS symptoms or uh, keynotes of a drug, he have given in this section. Then ways followed, he have given information about each and every body part. Then he have modalities, conditions, and relations as well. So it is given frequently indicated with summer seasons. So it have given you all these things as well. So now after that you will have various keynotes materia medicas. Just a second. You have various keynotes materia medicas, which include Allen's keynotes, Lippe, Granze, Radar keynotes. So all these different keynotes you will get. I'm not opening and showing you keynotes, every keynote. Comparative materia medicas, various comparative materia medicas are there. So in comparative materia medicas, you get two types of comparative MMs. One is the whole book have different drugs to compare from. Other is there are books which compare just two drugs. So this is comparison between arsenic, arsenic, sorry, nitric acid, arsenic, and hepar, sulfur, and nux. So this is complete comparative materia medica. Drug relation, there drug relation you will get. So after that you will have various therapeutic books on therapeutics. So just a suggestion to all my viewers, do read Blackwood's therapeutics. Very Blackwood's and Boland's therapeutics. Very good to use, and very read, and very useful in your practice. So these all different therapeutics are there in RadarOpus. So you know you cannot get over with all the literature that is there in Radar. After that, you'll have various proving. So as I earlier told you, there are various source books of homeopathy. So whatever source books are there which have symptoms of provings in it are all given in proving section. So you can see Allen's encyclopedia are there. Then like if I there is book called Pura is there, herring guiding symptom, everything you will get. So I'll just simply type Pura. So you can see proving Pura is there. So Richard Hughes' Manual of Pharmacodynamics is there. Cyclopedia of Drug Pathogency. So every drug of proving section you'll get in the uh, proving section. So after that, so this is therapeutics. Let me come a little bit ahead. So provings, yeah, I was talking about provings. Then after that, you'll get various proving from CCRH as well, Central Council of Research in Homeopathy. You will get that as well. So you can look up to provings as well. And one of the very interesting feature that is there in RadarOpus is that you can add remedies from provings into your repertory. So if I talk about synthesis repertory, if you see a rubric and in it a remedy is not given, you can make additions to repertory using proving section. So for that you need to open any drug, go to additions, and you'll get various options from here. So add a remedy, modify the degree of remedy, remove a remedy. You can do all these things using RadarOpus. So you can make your personalized repertory as well. After that you'll have various journals. So journals from different era, different time, different part of the world you'll get in this software. Journals of 18th century of Dr. Henneman time as well you'll get in this software. So you can look up to various journals, you can read them, all the major journals which are there all around the world you'll get in this software. Then you will have a heading of other therapies which have so radar is not only related to homeopathy. You will get information about many other therapies. So you'll have literature related to biochemics remedy, bachelor remedy. So if I show you, so there are different I'm not getting where it is right now. So after that you have various books on philosophy which consist of lesser writings, notes on miasms, uh, philosophy, various philosophy books, Robert's philosophy, Kent's philosophy, all different doctors philosophy you'll get in this section. Then you'll have proceeding conferences related to homeopathy that happens all around the globe. After that you'll have history, biography of different salvos of Dr. Henneman. So when we graduate, we usually have a chapter of history, life history of Dr. Henneman. So for students, it is very beneficial. Then we have various clinical cases. So one of the method of improving your practice is by looking up to various clinical cases or reading cases uh, which have been solved by various homeopaths all around the world, or seeing the live case. If you can see the live case, if you have a very experienced teacher with you, go to their OPDs and clinics and attend them. Otherwise, radar gives you big data on clinical cases. You can read clinical cases solved by various homeopaths or stalwarts, and you can it would broaden your horizon. After that, you have various dictionaries which consist of normal homeopathic dictionary, medical dictionary, dictionary of mind rubrics, dictionary of dreams. So these are the major dictionaries that you get in dictionary section. So one of the very interesting dictionary that I really like is Dictionary of Mind Rubric by Dr. Farooq Master. So I'll straight away go to navigation window. If you click on rubrics of mind, all the mental rubrics would open in front of you. So many doctors or many school of homeopathy have different interpretation of different rubrics. So I guess before getting into interpretation of different rubrics, one should know what is the literal meaning of that rubric, and in what conditions that rubric can be used in. So in that case, this is a very lovely dictionary that I found in Radar. So whatever mental rubric that you want to learn about, you can scroll down or type that rubric out. Suppose I want to see malicious, so I'll simply type malicious. If I double click on it, you'll get malicious rubric in front of you. You'll get a proper meaning of that rubric. What are the cross references related to it? What is the explanation of the rubric malicious? In what disease condition you can get that, and what are the important drugs for it? So you'll get all this information in dictionary section. So there is a lot to explore in reference section over here. So there are many books by Dr. De Groot, which I personally like a lot. So just let me open that. So one book is of De Groot's. One book is there of De Groot's physical examination. So normally as homeopaths, many times taking uh, we avoid physically examining the patients. So this book have, if you read it word by word, starting from forward to the whole examination thing, you'll get to know what is the importance of physical examination in a feature. You should go to every testing of your patient. You should try reflexes of your patient. So it is amazing. So you can look up to different physical examinations, and you can go through each drugs, and it have given you how to examine different drug constitutions as well. I guess there are few questions which are coming up. I'll be taking questions at the end of the session. So I'll just hardly take 5 more minutes to conclude the session. And after that, I'll take up the questions. So this is one book that I really wanted to see, to show to all our viewers. Yeah. There are books of drug pictures as well. So Dr. Farooq Master have given many books or literature which have based on particular drugs as well, which gives you whole drug picture of a drug. So as you can see, introduction, source, pharmacological typology. So all these things are given to you. Now, so this was all about reference section. Now I'll quickly tell you, if you quickly want to read any particular drug, like if you don't want to go into whole materia medica and you quickly want to refer a particular medicine, so in that case you can open a drug using two methods. First is you can either go to remedies, and list of remedies would open in front of you. Whatever drug you want to read, you can type name of that drug in the search bar. So I've typed pulsatilla. So pulsatilla would open in front of you. So this drug would open from keynotes. So this drug have opened from radar keynotes. You can see this. You'll get by default two options, either to go to radar keynotes or to read this from Allen's encyclopedia. You can choose amongst these two books. You can add more books to this list if you click on references. If you go to settings or cogwheel of references, so in the section favorites, you can add name of the book as well. Suppose I want to add say Fatak Materia Medica, so I'll simply type Fatak. So I'll click on use selected documents. So it have been added Materia Medica of homeopathic medicines. So I've added a new favorite. So if I close this for now, and if I open that drug again, so now it would open from Fatak Materia Medica. So you can add as many books as you want to add in this list. Or else, suppose if you're looking for something, if you want to refer more books than this, then you can go to this icon. This is search for this remedy in, and it would give you different options to choose from. You can go to all references, or if you want to refer any particular type of reference, say you want to read only comparative materia medica, you are confused between two drugs, you want to read materia medica from comparative point of view, or you want to read it from journals or therapeutics, so you can choose the materia medica from here as well. So this is all about our reference section. So now I'll be taking the questions. Yeah, we can, Dr. Yogesh, we can see single remedy rubrics in synthesis. So for that, just let me open my radar. Um, so for that, you need to use search engine of radar. So in radar, there are two types of search engine. One is basic search, second is advanced search. So for searching single remedy rubrics of a drug, you need to click on this drop down, which is right next to search, and go to advanced search, or you can press F5 as well. So this is search engine, basic search, sorry, advanced search engine, which I have opened. So I'll simply type name of a drug. I'm typing sulfur, for instance. Now, if you click on, you can see this drop down in front of sulfur. If I click over here, you would be able to see various degrees are given. If you want to see result in any particular degree or intensity, you can select or unselect that from here. Now, suppose if you are willing to choose, if you want only those rubric which have more than 10 remedies, 20 less than 50, or single remedy rubric, for everything you'll all these things you'll have to use this option. So I'm clicking on rubric containing, I'm going to exactly one remedy, and I'm searching it. Oh, sorry, my search is in all current document. So you'll have to make sure that you are searching in either all repositories or uh, all documents. Yeah, so this is boric repository. You can choose repository from this left hand part or table of content. Suppose I want to see it from Murphy repository, so I'll simply click on Murphy. In Murphy repository, whatever rubrics of sulfur are there, whatever rubrics are there in which only one remedy is mentioned, that is sulfur, you will get all those rubrics. If you can do a differentiation by degree as well. Suppose I don't want to take 1+ degree remedies, so I'll unselect that, click OK, and search it. So it would filter out, all those rubrics in which sulfur is given in 1+. If you don't want to go to each of these repositories and you want to see everything in one list, you can click on view all document in one list, and it would give you all repositories at one place, all rubrics at one place. So it would give you single remedy rubrics of sulfur from every repository. Right? So this is one of your questions. Now I'll go to second questions of yours. Yeah, we can refer in Materia Medica's Dr. Yogesh. Your second question was that can we search in repertory and Materia Medica both at one go? Yes, you can do that. You can see this icon, search in all documents. So I'll just elaborate a bit on that. If you click on all repositories, you'll get result related to repositories only. If you click on all references, you'll get a result of references only. If you click on all document, you will get result in all documents. So for that, I'll just remove this limitation because currently my rubric setting is been made. So it would show me result of only repositories. So just let me quickly undo that and searching it. So yeah, you can see now, just give it a second. Yeah. So you can see there is list of repositories. If I scroll down from this list, all these repositories are there which have sulfur drug in it. If I scroll down, you'll get all different Materia Medicas. If you want to read any Materia Medica, you can read it from there as well. So suppose I am going for Kent lectures. So sulfur from Kent would open. If you want to read it from any repository, you can select the repository from here. Say I'm opening BBCR. Oh, sorry, therapeutic pocketbook. So sulfur rubrics of therapeutic pocketbook have opened. You can look for any pathology as well. Suppose I want to look for a pathology, say urticaria. So rubrics of urticaria as well as in materia medica symptoms of urticaria, you will get in different drugs. You can specify name of the remedy here as well. Suppose I just want to see urticaria symptoms of apis or rustox, so I'll simply write name of the drug. It would give me urticaria symptoms of that particular drug only. If you want to read any particular section of a remedy, suppose you want to see skin of apis, so you can specify skin over here. So you'll get only skin rubrics, or in materia medica, only skin symptoms. So there are so many features in advanced search that you can do. You can compare between two drugs as well. So there are so many features in that. Um, Dr. Yogesh, your third question was if we can take reporters directly from Materia Medicas. Yes, you can take symptom directly from Materia Medica into the clipboard, but it won't give you that much conclusive result that reporteries give you. So I'll be clear with this. You can reporterize using Materia Medicas, but your result may vary. It won't give you that effective result that reporterizing using a repertory gives you. So for example, I'm opening say keynotes, Alan's keynote or Radar keynotes, any keynote I would open. If you want to add any particular symptom, say face, old, pale, wrinkle, just add that. I've pressed plus button on my keyboard and this symptom have been taken into clipboard for reporterization. So I'll just go a bit fast with the questions. Dr. Nilima's question is this reference. Uh, Dr. Nilima's next question was reference in relation to diagnosis and reporterize based on diagnosis. Okay. Dr. Nilima, do you want to ask me if if you have reporterized a case and after that you want to go to reference section? Yes, you can do that. For that, I'll just simply take few random symptoms into my clipboard for reporterization. Say I'm opening synthesis repertory. So synthesis have opened. So I'll just add few random symptoms. So I've added two symptoms. I'll go to clipboard. Now, if you want to go to reference section, if you want to read about any of these drugs, simply double click on this drug and it would open from keynotes. So it is very easy to refer from, repertory to materia medica. You can make your selection from here as well as you can click over here and then choose. So moving on. Uh, Yes, yeah, Dr. Yogesh, we can look for one symptom. Suppose if you want only mental symptom of a drug, you can do that. You can do, if you want to compare between mental symptoms of two drugs, you can do that as well. Suppose APIS, say you were giving me example of mind. So I'm going for lycopodium's mind. So I've typed name of the drug lycopodium in the remedy section. I'll go to heading of cases chapter pathology and I'll write name of the chapter. So I'm typing mind. I've searched that. So you'll get only mental rubrics and in materia medicas. So these are all mental rubrics of lycopodium. If I click on any materia medica, only mental symptoms would appear. You can do a comparison as well. Suppose if you want to compare between mental symptoms of lyco and say sulfur. So in the second search bar, you can type name of the drug, other drug that you want to look for. Then if you click on remedy section, you'll get various options to choose from. Like what kind of comparison do you want to go for? If you want symptom of each remedy individually, you can go for that. If you want to search for symptom which they have in common or exclusive, you can go for that. So I'm going for symptom of each remedy individually, and I want to see difference in materia medica, so I'm going to all references. So you can see two different tabs have been made, one of sulfur's mine, other is of lycopodium mine, and this way you can compare between two drugs as well. So there is one question from Dr. Mansi. How do you search all mind rubric from synthesis? Okay, very simple. So if you go to, for that you need to go to search in all references, go to all open repertories, or if your repertory that you were working on is synthesis, you can go for current document as well. Simply in this section type in last search bar, in search bar of cases chapter pathology, write name of the chapter. So I've typed mind and search for it. So all the mental rubrics from synthesis, only mental rubrics would open. So I hope your question is clear, Dr. Mansi. Okay, Dr. Nilima, you want to know the references in relation to any clinical condition. Okay, you can do that. For that, you need to go to the first tab, make your search to references. Fine. Write name of any pathology that you want to search for. Say I want to look for Parkinson's, or so I'm typing that. So in many places, instead of Parkinson, Parkinsonism is written. At many places, Parkinson's disease is written. So you can go to this drop down and you can add roots and branches if there are given. So I'm searching for Parkinson's in Materia Medica. So all different Materia Medicas with symptoms of Parkinson's would open. So you can choose any Materia Medica and you can look for it. I hope your question have been answered. So Dr. Mohammed Akhtar have a question about new synthesis. Yeah, so the new synthesis is not yet in market. It is soon going to be launched. It is probably going to be launched at the by the end of this month, April. So the new version of synthesis is synthesis Adonis. So I don't personally have that. I don't personally have synthesis Adonis with me, so I won't be able to show you features of synthesis Adonis on my system right now. But I can tell you few features that I got to know about Adonis. One is there are additions of around 100, oh sorry, 1,000 more remedies. So earlier there were 2,400 remedies in synthesis repertory. Now there are 3,200, more than 3,200 remedies. Number of authors whose literature have been consulted to make synthesis repertory have been added. It is more than 1,500 literature have been consulted to make synthesis. New rubrics are there. More than 1.5 lakhs rubrics are there, and synthesis Adonis, which are, from 90,000 to 1.5 lakhs, are very significant rise in number of rubrics. Then in synthesis Adonis, there are few more features that you can do. First is you can make your own rubrics, you can make your own cross references, you can add remedies of your own in the in different under different rubrics. So like you cannot add any remedy, you'll have to see if it is given in any proving section or that. You can make your own personal repertory as well. So in the synthesis repertory, you can make your own addition. So these all features are given in synthesis Adonis, which I know so far when the repertory would be available with me. So I'll try my best to um, take a webinar on that, on synthesis Adonis exclusively. So I guess there are no more questions. If you have any more questions, you can please write it in comment box. I'll be happy to answer that. So If there are no further questions or queries, I'll be concluding this session. It was a great session with you all. Thanks a lot for joining us for this webinar. Um, it was a great answering all the questions and queries. I hope I was able to do a justice to all your questions or queries. If after the webinar, if you have any queries or doubts, you can always get in touch with our team. We'll be happy to answer all your questions or queries. So thanks a lot to all the participants for joining us for this webinar. Have a very good day ahead. So I bid adieu. Bye bye. Take care.